We're here to talk about a new year of SmackDown and Raw. It all went down this week. Friday, obviously, was the first WWE program to hit the airwaves for 2026. And then your boy was over at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York for Monday Night Raw. But we'll start with SmackDown. Let's start on a good note. And we'll start with SmackDown. And so many things happened on SmackDown. And I think that's why the hopes of everybody in that building was so up. But there were so many, there were some debuts, there was some surprises, there was some returns. Of course, the biggest return, our boy, the Apex Predator Randy Orton returns from his hiatus. And people were online, oh, he's back from injury. My man was never hurt. Unless you want to call him losing that bone and that wife this whole time.
Hey,
in injury, he's just been out there doing his thingy thing.
Just took a break. Just literally did the. I'm assuming he did the thing with Cena and then just took a break.
Well, no, the break came after the Cena deal, but yeah, he took a break, and then also they had him do press and media, including going to Saudi Arabia, which is where he was at during the Cena's finals match thing.
Mm-hmm.
So technically still working, but not on TV.
Fair enough.
So I guess a lot of people were assuming, well, if he's not on TV, he must be hurt, or he just not on TV, which seems to be the case. So they saved his return for here. I love that they had him return with The Miz, because I don't know if you saw the whole thing, but The Miz was cutting this promo about being the veteran and being the leader. And then Randy comes out. He's like, I'm glad you're here because we're the veterans and we're the locker room leaders. And I was like, so Miz, so wonderfully Miz.
He's going to find a way to try to stay relevant, dude. He is going to find a way. The day they release him is the day I'll cry that day. Because that man is fighting tooth and nail. He will do anything to make it work, dude. Miz, what does he say? Miz KO?
Miz KO finds a way. God. I've said this before, and I've been grilled for it in the past because people think it's not a fair comparison, but I'll say it here again. If I'm Logan Paul, I want the Miz playbook. Pass that down to me. How did you do it? How did you not only succeed? Fuck that. I'm going to succeed. Logan Paul is far more athletic than Miz ever has been in his life. That's not what I want Logan Paul to get. Get the fucking book on how to survive this fucking stratosphere, because I could make an argument that the locker room now is way softer than it was when Miz came in. When they had him in the hallway dressing and JBL was picking on him. Okay?
It's a little disrespectful.
Because of why? Because I used the word softer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why. What the fuck? Don't call nothing soft.
And if anybody in that locker room got upset about it, then the word fits. the word is accurate, right? There's a lot more people in their fucking feelings today than ever before. When Miz first came in, he came in during a pretty rough era. There was some pretty asshole-like presence in the goddamn locker room when he came in. And not only did he succeed in WWE, but he gained everyone's respect. Everyone in WWE respects the Miz in a big, big fucking way. So if I'm Logan Paul, I want to know how the fuck that happened. What did you do? Whose ass did you kiss around here?
I would like to hope so, but I feel like if I'm him, I don't give a fuck. I'm me. I got here because of me. Give a fuck what you did, Grandpa.
God damn. Also, spoiler alert, I now have a little bit more respect for Logan Paul than I did before Monday Night Raw. Okay. I now have a lot more respect after what I witnessed with my own eyes.
With your own eyes, live?
Yeah, this is the stuff they don't show you on TV. I got a chance last night at Monday Night Raw to see some new production, because I haven't been to an event in a very long time. The last event I went to was SummerSlam, but that's MetLife. That's a big place. You don't get to see the arena setup anymore. Yesterday's setup was very different, and I'm going to spill some beans. You're not going to hear this anywhere else but here. We've got some inside shit here. unless anybody else in that building had a podcast and they decided to share. But other than that,
then you might hear it there also. But if you're hearing it here, you heard it here first.
it's better here than you'll hear it over there. But on yeah, so Randy Orton came back. The call-ups. Did you see the call-ups?
I saw a few of them. Yes.
Where are you on Trick Williams? Have you seen some of his stuff yet?
Very, very minimal. I just know he's like, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he's he's pretty hyped. He's pretty hyped. I think for the most part, the kind of people are behind him.
Well, he's a heel at the moment, but yeah.
You know what aspect I mean? Like, okay, if he's a heel, then sure. Like, if they hate him, then they're behind him. Like, that's how that works. You know that. So I don't know. I anything I've ever heard about Trick was like he's doing better or he's doing good or people like him or they fuck with him. So we'll see.
Trick is a 2-time NXT champion and a former TNA World Heavyweight champion because that means something now that WWE has their hand in the pot.
It does.
So yeah, no, he's gotten way better. He's ready now.
Okay.
He's ready. He's ready.
I don't know how I feel about him talking about the belt right away. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I like the guts and the bravado. He's coming off of being the main event guy from NXT. So I understand it's the developmental, but at the same time, like top is top.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the same issue with don't miss, with the whole idea of don't miss. I think it's kind of very similar in a sense where you're not saying the same sentiment, but like to me, there should be like IC title. Like there, like let's not try to draw an equivalency to NXT main event and WWE main event.
Fair, but you're thinking in terms of a booker. If you're asking me how I feel about him saying those things, I support that because I want my talent to be like, oh no, yeah, I want to go to the top. That's where I want to be. I want to be the guy. Like,
okay, but what happens when you don't get that shot?
Well, you can't give the indication to the audience that you feel like you might not. Like, who debuts on a television show for the first time? This is your first impression. It goes, hey guys, you may have seen me on the NXT. I'm not sure how I'm going to succeed here, but we're going to work hard and find out together. It's like it's not going to work.
Why can't we target a title? Why does it have to be the title?
Because what
like
else
it's the same thing with Carmelo went against
Dragunov.
Cody.
Oh, Cody!
No, Cody on his when he got drafted, he had a match with Cody.
With Cody, right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't.
And they had a fucked up match.
Actually,
so it didn't work.
Wasn't that for the title?
I don't think it was for.
I don't remember if it was or not. I don't know. I don't know if it was or not. But either way, even if it was, which I don't think it was, it wasn't in no one's brain that was going to change hands. But me just you coming off the bit, it seems to be something that it's a reoccurring thing where they're putting the NXT person directly in the ring or in the idea of the highest title, and I don't understand why they're doing that.
Well, they might do it again on the other brand because as ready as I feel Trick Williams is, the other guy that is more ready is headed to Raw, and they better not put his ass in the Intercontinental title situation. I mean, they could, but I mean, oh my God, the momentum. When Trick showed up and they played his theme, they do it, right? Trick's music is fun. Whoa, that Trick! Whoa, that Trick is fun. When Obafemi's music hits,
it's more.
Every man in the building, his testosterone jumps like at least 10 to 15% just from sitting there. I grew hair in my bald spot when he came out. My testosterone jumped immediately.
Oh
my God. Wife, who was sitting next to me, heard that theme. He didn't come out on Raw, by the way, but they played his video or whatever. Every woman in the arena, out of nowhere, boom, just moist. That's it, just wet across the board. No idea why. Eating popcorn, innocent enough, and then, oh, What the hell is that? That's the Obafemi effect, my man.
My loins.
Yeah, my loins.
That's
Why
crazy.
do I all of a sudden want to be entered right now? What is happening at this point?
Why do I want to be entered?
Yes, because that's the Obafemi effect. Now, I understand what you're saying as far as like you don't want to set the bar so high and then not meet it because then you fall double hard, right? Like Carmelo. They picked him third in the draft, which was a surprise pick for third. And then immediately put him in the ring with Cody, and they were so off with no chemistry, that whole match fell apart. And all of a sudden, that was it.
And you know what's fucked up? I like Carmelo.
He's just now recovering from it.
I think he works really well. I don't like the don't miss thing because of certain reasons, but I like his work. He did some shit. What was it on that Thursday? I think was it Thursday? He's on Smackdown, right?
Yeah.
He's
the U.S. champion.
Yeah, he did that. He did shit where he jumped. I forget what it called it. Where he jumped in the air and like he grabs the back of his head and he landed on his knees. What do you call it?
Oh, from the top rope, double knees down.
It wasn't the top rope. He just kind of jumped up and grabbed the back of his head. I can't remember.
I forgot the name of it. I know. It's almost like a code breaker where he grabs the guy with the knees. And
because he can get up there, the way he jumps up and shout out to selling it because they sold it really well. But the way he grabbed it, the way he can dude, he's smooth with it. He is good, and I really think that putting him in the ring with Cody with that whole imagery of being around the title or that level. It's too much. Maybe it was just him, but I just don't agree with it because it's just too much risk, and I don't think there's enough reward. I really don't.
You don't think there's enough what?
Enough reward. I don't think it pays out well for anybody because on the off chance you do drop the title to them, I'm open to be surprised, but I don't think any of them are ready.
As my wife would say, you shouldn't give people the Sheamus push. She calls it a Sheamus push. Mm-hmm. When Sheamus debuted, I agree. Yeah, right before WrestleMania, and then by August or whatever, a 6-month period, he had debuted, defeated Triple H at WrestleMania, defeated John Cena for the world title, and then did a bunch of other shit. Was unbeatable, unstoppable, and then they built it up so high. There was nowhere else to go but down, and he just lost. And then he was just, where does he grow from? Because he did everything already.
And the crazy shit is, I love Sheamus. I think
he's still here. Yeah, doing shit. Yeah.
I love Sheamus. He's one of those people that I would say today is he really just can't do any wrong. He just fits in almost any match. If you want to have a fight, you put him in there and he makes it fucking look good. But yes, I do distinctively remember that era where Sheamus was being pushed so quickly. And I'm like, dude, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why the fuck is he so unstoppable? So no, yes, I don't like the risk. I don't like the reward. Even if you do give them the belt, what are the odds that they carry that shit well? And then as soon as they drop it, where do they go from there? Because when a Cody drops it, when the up there people drop the belt, they're still in the same circle. But certain people would get the belt, lose it, and then they just kind of drop off completely out of that circle. And I just don't think it's worth killing them. Let them develop. Let them build their fan base bigger. They're on a bigger stage. I don't understand the rush.
Well, for the record, you had mentioned earlier that you liked Sheamus. And that you were questioning whether or not you were on the record. You really are, though.
Sure. that's perfectly fine.
Sheamus, there's some history.
Yeah, not even history, but he just came back. He's trying to make a name for himself. That's fine. Sheamus, I'm a Sheamus guy for life. I don't give a fuck. You can put him anywhere and it makes sense for me.
That's it. You can put him anywhere, and it makes sense.
You have that fucking. I don't like that you have that clip so quick.
Well, first of all, no, it wasn't.
Sheamus, guys, hold on. Just for people, Sheamus is nowhere on this docket.
No,
there is no Sheamus on this. There is no reason why you have that clip.
No, I already have I have Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I always have. But the YouTube, what do they call this? Hold on a second.
Shorts?
Rebecca. Not the shorts. The studio. When you have an account on YouTube, you have your studio. My studio is always up because I'm always scheduling. I'm always, even if I'm not using it, I don't want to sit here and click it again. So I have it open. So while you were talking, there's a section here where it says search on your channel, and I just typed in Sheamus. There it was.
There it was on record. I told you. It's not worth it personally.
See, this is the problem with having a podcast. Everything we're saying is on the record. I can just pull it up at any moment.
So you can prove me wrong, definitely, but I just don't think it's worth it.
No, it's all, look, it's philosophy, right? Even if I said I disagree, I love my talent doing that, I can guarantee you there's a booker somewhere that's going, look, let's not push the issue, right? You're meeting them for the first time. If anything, push the issue with the guy in the ring. Don't start mentioning world titles just yet. Just, I came here to, this is what you usually get from people who use your philosophy. The guy debuts and they say things like, I'm ready to dominate this brand now. I'm coming to run the show. I'm not here to play second fiddle to anybody.
Great writing.
All stuff that's vague but sounds strong. That's what your philosophy leads to. Yes. What I was saying before about, I don't know if I would have him say it, but if he did, if I say, hey, go out there and cut a 60-second promo, let the whole audience know what you're here for and why you're here, and he went out there and said, I'm here to be world champion and nothing else, I wouldn't be mad at it. But there's ways around that if you don't want your talent to be like, I'm going to be the world champion by at least SummerSlam. Book it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that to happen.
You know what's funny? No. You know what's funny? That's what I hear.
Oh, almost like
that's what I hear. And like it. When he says it, like maybe that's my disconnect. Because when he says it to me, I'm like, oh, within this year, I'm going to become champion. Yeah, and even the year to me is no. That's why. But to him, it just could be like, at some point in my career, this is my ultimate goal. I don't hear it that way.
Yeah, to just hear, I'm coming for the title. The clock starts ticking on that, because you can't
another problem is you're standing in front of the champion. It's not like he's an empty.
No, he's
promo
not
shooting.
He was talking to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is not the champion.
True. No, you're right. I am incorrect. You're right. I don't mean
but I agree with the clock thing, because
I think I'm mixing it with the other guy, because he was talking to Cody, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mello was talking to Cody.
No. When
he debuted.
It was the testosterone guy you were talking about.
Oh, Obafemi.
Yeah, who was he in the ring with?
Recently with Cody, yeah. When they were getting ready for the...
I'm getting it mixed up with that.
That's because you're a racist, but that's okay. That's
fair enough. Yeah.
All black people look the same. We all know that. It's all right. It's okay.
My brain don't think good, dude.
They're both in shape. I'll give you that. Yeah, but see, that's the other issue. I wouldn't have Carmelo Hayes go out there, as cocky and as arrogant as his character is. I wouldn't have him go out there and say that. I don't know if I have a problem with Obafemi going, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm like, oh my God. I think he's going to fuck him up.
That's perfectly fine.
This dude is going to fuck him up. I actually, if I'm the WWE, I don't even want him. I don't want him to be beat for that title, because he still has the NXT title. I would suggest just give it up. Just fucking here, I'm vacating it while I go to the main roster. And for him, it would make sense, because he had cut a promo. Obafemi, I'm referring to. Too many pronouns, pal. But he Oba cut a promo about the fact that he said, what was it? He said that something about dominating the minute he came through the door. And then he's the longest reigning NXT North American champion of all time, which is true. He's a 2-time NXT champion, which is true. He refers to himself as the ruler and the master of NXT. He is the ruler. And when he lost the NXT title to Ricky Starks, he disappeared. He went on hiatus. When he came back, he confronted Ricky Starks. And he said, you've been holding the championship this whole time. And the only reason that you've been holding that championship is because I have allowed it to happen. He said, and the only reason I allowed it to happen is because right after you beat me for the title, all of this TNA invasion nonsense started happening. And he looked right at Ricky Starks and said, and all of that is beneath me. He said, I'm too good for all that. I'm not getting involved in any of that. I'm here for one reason only, for the championship. I let you have it this long, and now I want it back. And then they went to the pay-per-view, and he beat his ass and took it back. So I don't want him losing the belt. I want him to be like, okay. Because so far, every time he says something, he does it. He's followed through every single time. So I want him, hey, I'm relinquishing this because I want to relinquish this. I'm no longer the ruler of NXT. Y'all can have that. Now I'm going to be the ruler of Monday Night Raw. And then just come in and just be Obafemi and go to every local town and hire the local J-Brones and put him in the ring with Obafemi and just have him walk these motherfuckers every Monday, son. Every goddamn Monday. And and build that motherfucker up.
Work him.
That motherfucker up for sure. Julia, by the way, on SmackDown, won the Women's United States Championship. So we got a return. We got the 2 call-ups because we had Trick Williams and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is now on SmackDown. And then we had a title change with Julia winning the United States Women's Championship, which then takes me to Raw. And Raw, I said to myself, after I saw SmackDown, I said, oh, man, Raw's going to be lit, right? Because it's going to be the first Raw of the year. I got tickets. I can't wait. This is going to be dope. Then they started announcing that Raw was going to be in the Upside Down. We're going to do Stranger Things Raw. And I said, yes, please. I'm down. 2 worlds combining together to make something fucking phenomenal. I can't share it on the screen because it's whatchamacallit. It's on my phone, but I'll put it here. They had this in the concourse. It was a Stranger Things photo op. It was free. You go online and they'll take a photo for you with your phone with the Stranger Things in the back. It was Stranger Things throughout the concourse. There was Stranger Things, obviously, on the set of Raw. They brought up the radio station van and the ice cream truck from the show. Michael Cole and Corey Graves came out of the radio van and were talking about. And they started off the show with the. By the way, like I said, this is the first time that we've gone to a show during the Netflix era. So I completely forgot that it was on Netflix because I'm just so used to turning it on. So when we go to the show and they play the opening package and they do all this stuff, and all of a sudden the lights go off and it's all black and the screen goes.
The Netflix?
Yep. I was like, oh, shit. I forgot.
Don't forget.
I did
forget. Own this shit. No, we don't.
I paid for it. I paid for it because that shit was dumb loud. I was like, oh my God. When you're not looking for it and the lights are off and all your sensory is like dark, it was like, doo-doo. It was like, oh shit.
That sounds fire though.
My wife
sounds like a good time.
My wife was like rubbing my arm because she was holding my arm and leaning on me, and then I jumped for Netflix. I jumped. She goes, don't worry. The big bad Netflix can't hurt you here.
They can, and they will.
and they will. So we were expecting something huge for Raw. I'm not gonna lie. Very few times do I ever have like high expectations of something like crazy to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I expect a generally good show, but like something like a return or like very rarely do I have that expectation. For this one, I did because they just did it on Friday. So I was like, all right, we're gonna probably get our own over here. It'll be dope. We showed up to the building, and I'm trying to get my amenities, right? I'm trying to get my beer. I'm trying to get my snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife, we're walking through the halls. I'm online. I'm getting a beer. And my wife goes, what are some of the entrances that are going to happen? Because she knows I love the entrances. So I was like, look, I know for a fact we're getting the tag match with Rhea, Io, and Kabuki Warriors. I know I'm getting Punk and Braun. Rhea and Punk on the same show. I'm doing all right so far. Everything else is a bonus.
I was about to say, you up on that.
So I said, one guy I do want to see that I haven't seen before. I want to see Javon Evans. So I had just gotten the beer. It's not 8 o'clock yet, by the way. It's like 7:25, 7:30, something like that. And we start walking, like, because we had to go far. We wanted premium sausages. They didn't have any premium sausages, which is disgusting. Every event place that I go to, the Garden, MetLife, everywhere I go, I get premium sausages. Barclays Center does not have premium sausages. They have all this other shit. I can get tacos. They offered pizza bagels, fries. I was like, where the fuck? I'm the only asshole in the concourse screaming for sausage. I'm like, where is the sausages? I came here for sausage. Where are the sausages? And nothing. No one had a clue what I was talking about. So we ended up
sausage in sight.
Not a sausage to be had. Nowhere. I ended up getting a box that had boneless wings and fries in it. Ugh. So I was like, all right, I'll take that, I guess. And then I ended up getting
it's kind of nasty if you're expecting sausage.
It's whatever. But I did get plenty of beer. That was good. But I'm going back. We had to travel. We were traveling for the food because we were trying to figure out what was available to us. I finally settled on the whatever. So we're walking back. I have the food in my hand and I have the fucking drink in my hand. I'm prepared for my evening. So I start walking to go back to the goddamn section, and we heard it loud as fuck. Yeah, boys, bouncy. I said, you motherfucker! I haven't gotten back to my goddamn seat yet. It's not even 8 o'clock. What's happening? Turns out they were filming. They decided to film episodes. They decided to film some matches for main event before Raw started, and Javon was on main event, and I didn't know. So I missed the whole fucking entrance. I was beyond pissed. I was like, God damn it! And then he's wrestling fucking one of the Cutter brothers. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So obviously Javon went over strong. Duh. We get the fuck out of there. And then they gave us another main event match. It was a tag team match between Los Americanos and the War Raiders, which interesting, whatevs. And then we get to Raw. Now, here's my first view of the facilities now that I'm here. I'm like, I've been in Barclay before. I don't remember it being this small. I felt really close to the ring, like closer than normal. And I'm like, I know these are good seats, but these aren't.
These are like that. Good seats.
Yeah, I could see the definition in these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I could really see these wrestlers clear as fucking day. And for the most part, I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm so close I can hear them calling the match. So this is crazy. Mm-hmm. So I start looking because I don't care about Americanos and War Raiders. So I'm looking around and I noticed that the bowl isn't circular all the way around. So now I'm like leaning back. I'm like, oh, their entranceway got pushed in. It wasn't at the end where the seats would normally be and then tarp it off. They shortened the building in. Mm-hmm. And I went, oh, okay. That's why it looks small.
It did look smaller on TV.
They shortened the building in. They came in a little more. I was like, oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. And then that was the first thing that I peeped. And then the second one I'll give you in a second because a cloud of just yes came over my head. One of my weak points as a promo is I tend to get wordy and I tend to go longer than I should. Some of the biggest things that I've been working on as a promo guy is getting that point across in a shorter amount of time. And when if I clock myself, if I go, okay, here we go, I'm going to use my phone, I'm going to clock it and start. And then I cut the promo. When I see it on my phone, minute, 2 minutes, for whatever reason, it clicks different in my head when I see it. But when you do promos and shows and stuff, there's no clock in front of you. It's all internal. Mm-hmm. So some people's clocks are different than others. So we're at Raw. And so far, no surprises, no returns, no call-ups, no nothing. No, one call up, Javon Evans. They called up Javon Evans, and for whatever reason, there's a commercial playing on the screen, and you just hear boos, like nothing's happening. The commercial doesn't even have wrestlers in it. They're talking about like, I don't know, something coming. Oh, with the FIFA World Cup is coming to New York or whatever, and all you just hear are boos. And I'm looking around like, what the fuck? And everyone's looking up at one of the sections on the other side, and it's Byron Saxton interviewing Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And right now it's dark because they're still at the commercial. When they come back from commercial, the lights finally turn on and they do the interview. And when the interview started, their backs. Did you see Raw?
I told you I saw up until the women's match, and I passed out.
Okay, so I think this happened after that. So they're in the actual audience, sectioned off. Their backs are to the most of the crowd and to the ring, and then they're facing the camera. So what I see is their backs, but I'm at an angle. So I also see the camera that's shooting them. And just above the camera is somebody holding up a clock. And it has the time going backwards, how much time they have. So when the light went on, the clock started at like 2.5 minutes. And it's counting backwards, 29, 28, 27. And then once it gets inside the minute, it shifts and it's just the seconds down to the millisecond. So it's like 55, 54, 53, like that. And I saw that. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. I've been to a million events. I've never seen someone cut a promo in WWE and had a clock right in front of them over the camera. And I went, if I could get that, I could cut a promo here. Fuck it. give me the clock and watch me work. Let me cook. Get the fuck out of the way. Give me the money.
I mean, it's smart. It's an easy investment, especially like Logan's a good example where that would be good. Like he's still learning the business and stuff like that. So being able to make it easier on him with that, especially you got to understand, like it's not like the guy can't talk. He's on YouTube all the time. He's developed his whole career on talking shit, but then it was his own content. And if you think about it, it's unlimited time. And he works in a world where his shit is edited. So he can talk for 2 hours and that should be a 10-minute video. So that's genius. Put a clock in his face, let him see it visually, and it could probably create better like promos and shit. That's really smart.
As I watched him cut his promo with the clock winding down, as someone who cuts promos, I could see where his head was as he spoke based on time.
Sure.
I see how he was able to fit in everything he wanted to fit in and then close the way he wanted to close. And he spoke for like 60 straight seconds, and it got inside of 10 seconds, and he starts to wrap up like around
punchline. He's going to his punchline now.
He hit the line at like 5, and the person holding the clock went. That's it. And it went dark. And then went back to the guys. And I went, I can do the fuck out of that.
Clean.
I can do that. Let me do that. I got it.
That's so good.
And then the way that I figure it, you do that enough times, that'll fix your internal clock. For me personally, if I got to see that clock 1 billion times, after a while, I wouldn't need the goddamn clock. Get that shit out of the way. Let Daddy do what he has to do. Move out of the way. Rent's due. We need the money. Move. And then just do whatever. And even Lily asked me, I think it was at SummerSlam. She goes, you've been a fan your whole life and you've been doing this for so long. Look at this building. You think you could actually perform in a building like, not wrestling? I think she was referring more to like being the ring announcer or like being on the microphone essentially in front of all these people. I was like, if you would have asked me this 10 or 15 years ago, maybe not. But in my age now and my experience now, yeah. For me, easy, light work. I feel very confident I can get into MetLife in a full house and just be like, what's that?
I'd feel like for you after your first month, you'd be full throttle. Like whatever you're like sustainable and then you start to grow type like shit where you're just like it doesn't look like you're out of place or nothing like that. You're learning, but that's behind. You know what I mean? Like when you're at that steady level, I think 1 month, considering how much they work, 1 month of that constant rep, and you'd find your groove, and then you just grow from there. I think it would take you a month.
I'm Pat McAfee. I like making friends with everybody. So once everyone's cool with how I work, and then like they know that I'm there to make them look good, and then they feel comfortable with me, and now we're having fun and we're vibing. Forget it. You're gonna have to dynamite me out of the ring. So yeah. So the last thing I'll mention real quickly about Raw is we didn't get a return. We got one call up. We didn't get any surprises for the most part. Yes, those chants you heard were loud as fuck in the building. Toward the end, everyone was chanting Y2J because they thought this was going to be the night that Jericho comes back. He did not. We waited. I was not going to let Seth Rollins happen again. My wife was like, no, we're not running anywhere. We're staying right here. When they leave,
listen, Seth Rollins really sucks, and I promise you, for the rest of the time that you're here, I will hold that over your head. But if that shit happened to a Y2J entrance and you had a chance to see that shit, there's no recovering from that, dude.
No.
Everything, you're just gonna be known as the school teacher after that. And wrestling you'll never speak wrestling ever again your whole life.
Never.
And 20 years from now, a kid will come up to you, hey, do you like wrestling? I used to, kid. I used to.
In a past life.
In a past life.
The only takeaway that I really had also I long gone.
Long gone.
I posted this on social media and it dawned on me. The opening match. Look, I said this to the building. God giveth, God taketh away. I knew that my opening match was going to be hot and my main event was going to be hot. I was very concerned about the middle.
Okay.
And the tag team match, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Kabuki Warriors. I defy any human being on earth to find me a better set of tag team matches than right there. These four ladies just know how to do it.
Can I just say that, like, great. Rhea and Io just need to stop. They need to stop because they're just too close. They're too close, and my brain's starting to do weird things. And like
your brain, did you see that entrance when they did that little thing together?
It's too obvious, and my brain is making assumptions, and it's not cool. But I also wish it's right. It's like they need to we need to separate these two because my brain and like my body can't take it, man. They are just too awesome together.
Joke of the night came from 2 or 3 rows in front of us. They did that entrance where they were like really close, almost like they were gonna kiss or something. They're like really close.
It's too intimate.
And my wife goes, first of all, that's too close. Second of all, why am I wet? Like, why is that happening? And then about
someone say this, then we're all wet. Wait.
Yeah, and then 3 rows of few rows in front. Got to be at least 2 or 3 rows because it was really close. Some guy yells, "An Australian and a Japanese woman walked into a bar. I don't know how this ends, but my dick got sucked." And the whole section lost their shit. Like,
oh my god! Listen, man.
So that's
these 2 girls keep it up, bro. They're gonna start selling some T-shirts, man.
They opened up the show. They opened up the show. Punk and Braun closed the show. When we started realizing something, it was the tag match, then the Gunther promo, which is not a match, it's just a promo. Then it was Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch, followed by Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan. And it was at this point when I realized, did we buy tickets to another Evolution pay-per-view or are we at Raw? All women's matches. All women's matches. And not just any women's matches. Triple H said, hey, AJ, I got a dope tag match for you. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be great. But once you enjoy it, Maxine Dupree, Lyra Valkyria, and Liv Morgan all in a fucking row just for you, my guy. Just for you. Who was it that you said you don't like in the women's division? I'm putting all of them out there. You lucky B-Fab is injured. I'd have put her fucking giraffe-looking ass out there too. I would have had all of them fucking out there. Every person that I dislike on this roster all wrestled on this show. The Cutter Brothers were out there. Poor Raiders were out there.
Yes, okay, but Stranger Things,
which is another part of it. Another part of the show that was crazy. The Stranger Things motif was a big thing at the beginning, and then slowly just kind of went away.
Good, because you didn't hear it because you were in the building, but the fucking Stranger Thing puns were obnoxious.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, on commentary, I didn't hear the commentary.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if you take a peek at it later, you'll hear them.
So this is SmackDown and Raw kicking off the new year. We'll see what happens. This episode also stands with those shows as being the official start on the road to the Royal Rumble. At the Royal Rumble, we will have, once again, I'm smiling, the yearly honor of saying we are on the road to WrestleMania. We're not there yet. We got 4 weeks before we get onto that. Right now, we're taking the streets. We're still driving to the highway. We haven't gotten to the highway yet to begin our trip. But we just got out of the house. We're all in the car.
We're clean, showered, we're dressed.
Got our snacks in the back for the road. We're good to go.
Lunch.
There we go. Got the gas station stops all saved up. We're ready to go. This is the beginning here. So I can't wait. And one last thing. Because there were so many women's matches, Stephanie Vaquera was out there with the boot. She's wearing a boot. It's she's got something torn, but she'll be healed. She's not going to be out for a long time. And it dawned on me that she's the women's world champion. And on SmackDown, Jade Cargill is the WWE women's champion, which means those two women can't be in the Rumble. But then it dawned on me, if you are in the women's Rumble and you win, do you want to wrestle all night against Stephanie Vaquera, or do you want to get the shit kicked out of you by Jade Cargill? Pick your poison. You want slow and deadly, or quick and fuck you up forever, permanent damage? Which one do you want? No.
Well, both are acceptable deaths. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they're perfectly fine with me. Don't mind dying that way. That'd be fine.
Yeah, Steph did that to me the other day. She goes, I have 2 hall passes. I said, okay, who are your 2 hall passes? Samoa Joe, CM Punk. I said, okay, that's fine. She goes, I know who your hall passes are. I said, no, you don't. She goes, yes, I do. I said, okay, who are my hall passes? She goes, AJ Lee, Stephanie Vaquera. I said, fuck, you nailed it. You got it. You're 2 for 2. It's
what the fuck is the point of the hall pass? You're not at home right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a mix of it right now.
I told the guy behind me because
I'm sorry, buddy. You're no Punk.
Well, and yet still able to put the bitch to sleep. How about that?
Fair enough.
Yeah. The guy behind me, when the guy behind me saw Stephanie Vaquera come out, he goes, what a set of tits. Because there's I don't think you saw it because I think it happened later. She's on the boot, and Raquel Rodriguez attacked her boot, made the injury worse. They're writing her off TV so she can get surgery and heal. So they wrote her off TV, and she's selling her foot, but she's on the ground doing this, right? So cleavage, obviously. So the guy behind me goes, what a set of tits on her. And I looked at my wife and I said, don't worry. He can go ahead and buy Stephanie. I have Stephanie at home. I have Stephanie tits at home.
You got Stephanie's at home.
I got Stephanie titties at home.
You got some at home.
Yeah, you got them at home. You don't need those titties. You got titties at home. There's Steph titties like those titties. That's it.